In 2022, the safe part of millions of retirement portfolios lost 13% in a single year. Not stocks, not crypto, not some risky bet. Bonds. The thing financial advisors told an entire generation of retirees to move into for safety. And the people who got hit hardest had no idea why, because nobody ever explained to them that a $145 trillion market they've never looked at once in their lives was quietly pricing their mortgage, their car loan, their retirement account, and their job security at the same time. That market is the bond market. And once you understand one rule, just one, everything about how money actually works starts to click. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how the bond market controls your mortgage rate down to the dollar, why the safe part of a retirement portfolio can collapse just as hard as stocks, and one number hidden inside every bond fund that tells you exactly how much risk you're actually holding. Welcome to WealthSimplify, where we make money simple enough for anyone to understand. Stick around and watch this whole video, because if you skip even one part, you will miss something important. While you're here, consider subscribing and giving this video a like. It tells the YouTube algorithm that you are serious about improving your money, and YouTube will start showing you more relevant content like this video that actually helps you succeed. You found this video for a reason, so make it count. The simplest explanation you'll ever hear. Before we get into the numbers, let's make sure we're clear on what a bond actually is, because most people were never taught this properly. A bond is a loan. Someone needs money, a government, a company, a city. Instead of going to a bank, they borrow it directly from investors. You hand over a fixed amount called the principal. In return, they promise two things: a fixed interest payment every year called the coupon, and your full principal back on a specific date called the maturity. That's it. A bond is a piece of paper that says, lend me money now, I'll pay you interest every year, and I'll give you everything back on this date. Simple instrument, but the scale at which it operates is anything but simple. The United States government alone has borrowed $39.2 trillion, and the interest payment on that debt, not the debt itself, just the interest, runs roughly $1.05 trillion a year. That's $2.88 billion every single day, more than the entire national defense budget, and every dollar of that interest is paid out of your taxes at a rate set by the same market that sets your mortgage. Let that sink in for a second. The rule that explains everything. There is exactly one rule you need to understand to make sense of everything that follows. When interest rates rise, bond prices fall. When rates fall, bond prices rise. They always move in opposite directions. Here's why with a simple example. Suppose you buy a $1,000 bond paying 3%. That bond pays you $30 a year. A few months later, the government issues new bonds at 5%, paying $50 a year for the same $1,000. Now you want to sell your bond. Nobody will pay $1,000 for it when they can buy a new one paying more. The only way to sell it is to drop the price until the $30 it pays works out to a competitive yield. At 5%, that price is about $600. You haven't lost any future payments. The bond still pays $30 a year and returns $1,000 at maturity. But on paper, your $1,000 investment is now worth $600. That's the rule. And every financial story in this video is just that rule operating at a larger scale. How a bond you've never bought is setting your monthly payment. Meet Marcus. He's buying a house and needs a $400,000 30-year fixed mortgage. Here's something most people don't know. Your bank doesn't invent your mortgage rate. It looks at one specific bond, the 10-year US Treasury, currently yielding 4.5%, and asks one question: why would I lend money to a household for 30 years when I could lend to the US government risk-free at 4.5%? The answer is, it wouldn't, unless you pay more. So the bank takes the 10-year Treasury yield and adds roughly 2 percentage points to compensate for the risk that you, a regular person, might lose your job, get sick, or default. Right now, the 10-year is at 4.5%. Add 2 points. The national average 30-year fixed mortgage rate? 6.52%. The math is that direct. At 6.52%, Marcus's monthly payment is $2,534. Now watch what happens when the 10-year Treasury moves, which it does routinely, sometimes in a single trading week. The 10-year rises by half a percentage point. Marcus's rate goes to 7.02%. His monthly payment becomes $2,667. That's $133 more every month for 360 months. Over the life of the loan, that half-point move in a bond Marcus has never bought costs him $47,898. The 10-year rises by a full point. Marcus's rate hits 7.52%. Monthly payment, $2,803. That's $96,769 more over 30 years. To put a real range on this, in January 2021, the 30-year fixed mortgage hit an all-time low of 2.65%. In October 2023, it peaked at 7.79%. Same $400,000 loan, same house, same buyer, just a different yield on the 10-year Treasury. The difference in monthly payment between those two rates? $1,265 a month. Over 30 years, $455,349. The bond market handed Marcus nearly $500,000 bill without ever sending him an invoice, when the safe part of your portfolio wasn't. For decades, the standard advice was simple. As you get closer to retirement, move out of stocks and into bonds. Bonds are safe. Stocks grow your money. Bonds protect it. The classic 60-40 portfolio, scouting percent stocks, 40% bonds, was sold as the conservative, sensible default. The bond half was supposed to be the seatbelt. Then 2022 happened. The Federal Reserve raised interest rates faster than at any point in 40 years. The federal funds rate went from near zero to over 4% in 9 months. Apply the rule. Rates rise, bond prices fall. The broad U.S. bond market lost 13% that year, the worst calendar year performance since the index was created in 1976. The S&P 500 fell 18.1% the same year. A standard 60-40 portfolio, the supposed conservative default, lost about 16% in 2022. The seatbelt didn't catch anyone. It was attached to the same crash. And some bonds got hit far worse. Long-dated zero-coupon Treasury bonds, the longest duration safe assets on Earth, lost 39.2% in a single year. A Santa Clara University analysis found 2022 was the worst year for long-duration U.S. bonds going back to 1754. Not 1954, 1754. The United States didn't exist yet. There were 13 colonies, and the safe sleeve of America's retirement portfolios was having its worst year in 268 years. The reason the hedge failed? Rising rates are poison to both stocks and bonds at the same time. The thing being hedged had become the thing causing the damage. The single number that tells you how much risk you're actually holding. Here's what separates the people who understood what happened in 2022 from the ones who were blindsided. One number. It's called duration, and it's printed on every bond fund's fact sheet in a place most investors never look. Duration tells you how much a bond fund will lose for every 1 percentage point rise in interest rates. Meet Sarah. She has $500,000 in what she believes is a safe bond fund. If her fund has a duration of 6, typical for a broad bond index fund, a 1-point rise in rates costs her $30,000. If her fund has a duration of 17, typical for a long-dated Treasury fund, that same 1-point rise costs her $85,000. Same Sarah, same $500,000, same rate move. $55,000 difference, just because of one number she never checked. Duration is the difference between a bruise and a broken leg. Most people were sold bonds as safe and stopped reading. If you own any bond funds right now, in your 401k, your IRA, anywhere, find the duration on the fund's fact sheet before this video ends. Anything above 7 means your fund will move meaningfully when rates move. Anything above 15 means it will behave more like a volatile stock than the seatbelt it was sold as. The recession indicator, with a 10 for 10 record. There's one more piece of the bond market worth understanding because it predicts the future better than almost any economist alive. It's called the yield curve. The yield curve plots Treasury yields across every maturity, from 3 months to 30 years. Right now, the 3-month Treasury yields 3.71%, the 2-year yields 4.09%, the 10-year yields 4.5%, the 30-year yields about 5%. Plotted on a chart, those points slope upward. Short maturities on the left, long maturities on the right, yields rising as you move across. That's a normal yield curve. The logic is intuitive. The longer your money is tied up, the more compensation you require. Occasionally, the curve inverts. Short-term yields rise above long-term yields. The 2-year starts paying more than the 10-year. When that happens, the bond market is making one specific prediction. It expects the Federal Reserve to cut rates because it expects the economy to slow down enough that the Fed has no choice. According to research from the Federal Reserve Bank of San Francisco, every single one of the last 10 U.S. recessions going back to 1955 was preceded by an inverted yield curve, 10 for 10, over 70 years. No other recession indicator comes close. The bond market doesn't announce its predictions loudly, but when the yield curve inverts, it is making one of the loudest statements in all of finance. The quiet cost most people are paying right now. Here's something the bond market reveals that hits closer to home. The FDIC reports the national average savings account pays 0.38%. That's what most of the largest banks in America are offering on your cash right now. Meanwhile, 3-month US Treasury bills currently yield 3.71%. The best high-yield savings accounts pay around 4.20%. All three carry essentially the same safety. T-bills are backed by the US Treasury. High-yield savings accounts are FDIC-insured up to $250,000. Same money, same protection, dramatically different yield. Marcus has $50,000 sitting in a standard savings account at his neighborhood bank earning 0.38%. That earns him $190 a year. The same $50,000 in 3-month T-bills at 3.71% earns him $1,855 a year, nearly 10 times more, on identical principle, with no additional risk. Over 5 years, leaving the money at the bank costs Marcus $8,325 in interest he could have collected without taking on a single extra dollar of risk. And T-bill interest is exempt from state income tax, which makes the gap even wider for anyone living in a high-tax state. Same money, different decision. Thousands of dollars difference. The bond market is not something wealthy people do. It is the invisible machine that prices your mortgage, your savings, your retirement account, and the job market your employer operates in. Every dollar in your financial life is touched by it. Here's what you now know that most people don't. 1. Your mortgage rate is set by the 10-year Treasury yield, not your bank, not the Fed. A 1-point move in that yield can cost you nearly $100,000 over the life of a loan. 2. Bonds can lose money dramatically when rates rise. The safe label on a bond fund means nothing without knowing its duration. 3. Duration is the number that tells you your real risk. Find it, check it. Anything above 15 should give you pause. 4. The yield curve inverted before every single recession in the last 70 years. It is the closest thing the economy has to a check engine light. 5. Your cash sitting in a standard savings account is earning a fraction of what you could get from Treasury bills with identical safety. None of this requires a finance degree. It requires understanding one rule: rates up, prices down, and knowing where to look. The people who understand how the bond market works are not smarter than you. They just stopped pretending it was boring. If this video connected dots you didn't know were there, share it with someone who owns a mortgage or a retirement account, which is almost everyone you know. Subscribe to WealthSimplify for more videos like this. And drop a comment below. Did you know your mortgage rate was being set by the bond market before watching this? See you in the next one.